Hello, wrestling community. My name is Big Boy Snatch on TV, aka we kind of snatch one because I got playing around. As you can tell by the title of the video and the thumbnail itself, this is my WWE Raw with me on high. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning or towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel. Follow my social media down below in the description. Go check out my WWE War Games review on Heights, and that's all I gotta say. Without further ado, let's get started. Now, WWE Raw was a bad show, and I give that show a 2.5 out of 10. WWE Raw was live from Glendale, Arizona, Desert Diamond Arena. WWE then now forever together. Commentary welcomes us to the show before we kick things off with a video recap of Survivor Series, showing highlights from both War Games matches as well as Dominic Mysterio regaining the Intercontinental Championship thanks to return of Liv Morgan. A fair bit of attention is given to the mystery person climbing into the double cage to take out CM Punk, leading to a victory for the Vision Squad. We already know it's Austin Theory. They need to stop playing with us. So, Austin Theory attacks CM Punk, and that is my final answer. It is not Montez Ford, it is not Trick Williams, and it's not Jacob Fatu. So, whoever said that, they must be dumb to say that was Montez Ford, Trick Williams, and Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu needs to focus on Cody Rhodes. That's all I gotta say. Why would Jacob Fatu, Trick Williams, and Montez Ford attack CM Punk? That doesn't even make sense. The only thing that makes sense is Austin Theory attack CM Punk. You know what I'm saying? If Austin Theory is the leader of the division, it is a perfect decision. That's all I gotta say. We cut to superstars arriving, including Dominic Mysterio arriving to the parking lot in a lowrider with Liv Morgan riding alongside. They greet the rest of the Judgment Day. They didn't shake hands. Liv Morgan hugs Raquel Rodriguez, Dominic Mysterio, and JD Madonna, but they didn't hug Roxanne Perez or Finn Balor. So they're teasing something, and that's all I gotta say. It says they greet the rest of the Judgment Day as we head to the arena. A shot of the crowd littering until Io Sky music hits. This is quickly followed by the arrival of Rhea Ripley, who gets a big pop as the pair heads to the ring. Rhea Ripley grabs a microphone, welcoming fans to Monday Night Rhea and Io Sky before acknowledging the mask on her face as she says it's a bit sore. Despite the pain their squad went through, they managed to win the war. But the fight still continues. The Kabuki Warriors wanted to keep bullying her friend, Io Sky, and the pair want revenge. Almost as much as winning the women's tag team champions. Io Sky says nobody is ready for Io Sky. Rhea Ripley calls Asuka and Kairi Sane out to finish things once and for all, only for Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss to make their entrance to another big pop from the crowd. The pair heads down the ramp as Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss get microphones as well. Alexa Bliss tells Rhea Ripley and Io Sky that revenge is nice, but they're gonna have to wait on the tag titles, as Charlotte Flair says they're looking to get their rematch first. Rhea Ripley says she expects something butting of heads, but not 48 hours later. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss already lost their shot at the titles, so they need to get to the back of the line. Charlotte Flair says if Rhea Ripley and Io Sky want their title shot, they should prove it. Alexa Bliss agrees, suggesting Io Sky and Rhea Ripley face them later tonight. Io Sky accepts as commentary ponders whether the match is made official. Backstage, Adam Pearce is on the phone when he is interrupted by Ivy 9, who wants a title shot at Maxine Dupree and the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Ivy 9, you haven't even done nothing to earn the Women's Intercontinental Championship. You're going to have to go to the back of the line and earn it like everybody else. Adam Pearce mentions that Maxine Dupree is training with Natty, but he will work on it. With Ivy 9 saying she can train as long as she wants, but that title will be Ivy 9's. No, it's not. That's not going to happen. She walks off as Adam Pearce bumps into Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker. Paul Heyman claimed he's not guilty of whatever happened with the mysterious person at War Games, but he's here to address Braun Breaker pinning CM Punk at Survivor Series. Adam Pearce has Paul Heyman and Braun Breaker step into his office as we cut away. Y'all already know that Braun Breaker's going to get a shot at CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship, but I'm just going to say this. Bronson Reed should have been the leader of the division. It makes perfect sense instead of Seth Rollins. You know what I'm saying? Bronson Reed can carry the division, and that's all I got to say, but Bronson Reed should have been the leader of the division in the first place instead of Seth Rollins being the leader. That's just my opinion. Sound off down below in the comment section. Do you guys agree with me or not? But anyway, let me continue. Back at ringside, Jey Uso makes his entrance as he gets ready to face LA Knight in a semifinals match for the last time is now a tournament, and that match is up next. But let me take a sip of my water. So we go to commercial break. Video package. CM Punk talks about his rivalry with John Cena over the years. We head back to ringside as Jey Uso waits for his rival of LA Knight, who gets a sizable pop for not being Jey Uso as he heads to the ring to get this match underway. So we get the first match. Last time is now tournament semifinals, Jey Uso versus LA Knight. This match was a decent match for what it was. But Jey Uso should have won this match. But anyway, this match was decent. Jey Uso charged at LA Knight, who blocks him to go for a BFT to no avail. LA Knight points out how close that was before the two lock up. With Jey Uso being sent to the corner, Jey Uso fights back, but is sent across the ring before dodging a charge by LA Knight, who starts stomping away at the former World Heavyweight Championship instead. Jey Uso managed to break free. Turning things around as he charged towards the corner, but LA Knight dodges in nick of time. The two get to their feet for an exchange of strikes, dueling "yeah" and "yeet" chant from the crowd. Jey Uso sends LA Knight to the outside, getting another yeet from the crowd before landing a dive that sends LA Knight to the floor. Both men are down as we get a replay before going to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Jey Uso and LA Knight are fighting it out on the top turnbuckle until an exchange of strikes sends both men crashing to the floor. The referee begins to count and reaches 8 as LA Knight and Jey Uso make it to the apron. They continue to use the turnbuckle as a spacer until a kick sends LA Knight to the mat, and Jey Uso goes for a splash only for LA Knight to counter for a near fall. Jey Uso looks for a third kick, but LA Knight managed to dodge it, landing a burning hammer that gets him another close 2 count. LA Knight sends Jey Uso to the ropes for a clothesline, only for Jey Uso to duck a spear in the near fall of his own. We hear the crowd chanting for Jey Uso as he struggles to his feet, heading to the corner, only to be intercepted by LA Knight, who land a megaplex, sending Jey Uso crashing to the canvas covered by LA Knight, but Jey Uso kicks out it too. LA Knight is the first to his feet, signaling he's ready for the BFT, but Jey Uso rolls him up for a near fall instead. Super kick followed by a spear, and Jey Uso heads back up for a splash that connects. He makes the cover, but LA Knight kicks out quickly, transitioning to a clutch that keeps Jey Uso pinned down for the 3 count. The winner of the match and advancing to the finals, LA Knight. This was a decent match, but this was my favorite outcome of the night right here. You guys need to hear this. We get a replay of the finish in the update bracket as LA Knight celebrates on the ramp. Back in the ring, Jey Uso looks somewhat distressed over the loss as the crowd chants his name and gives him a nice pop. He leaves the ring, struggling to deal with the loss before crashing out as he knocks over the Prime hydration station in anger. He finally makes his way towards the ramp, still venting his frustration as we cut away. This is my favorite part when Jey Uso crashing out, and I know that Jey Uso is going to turn heel, but good for Jey Uso for crashing out. I like that by Jey Uso. I don't know why. I don't know why fans are turning on Jey Uso. So it is what it is. But keep that same energy when Jey Uso turn heel. This is WWE's fault. So keep that same energy. For the people that's hating on Jey Uso. Alright, backstage, Lyra, Kira, and Bayley talked to Adam Pearce about getting a shot at the tag titles. Adam Pearce says he will consider it as he looks into things after tonight, walking off as the Kabuki Warriors confront Bayley for not joining their War Games team. Why would Bayley join the Kabuki Warriors Why would Bayley join the Kabuki Warriors for their War Games team? That don't make any sense. But good for Bayley. Anyway, Bayley states they have no one to blame but themselves for losing their match. Before Asuka points out, Charlotte Flair is the main event tonight, and Bayley is not. She walks off, and Kairi Sane pokes fun at Bayley some more before Raw moves on. So, excuse me. Kairi Sane gave Bayley a chain. Why would Kairi Sane give Bayley a chain? That don't make any sense. But it is what it is. Back at ringside, the Judgment Day make their way out as we are set to hear from the new Intercontinental Champion, Dominic Mysterio, when we come back. So we go to commercial break. We come back to ringside where Dominic Mysterio speaks in Spanish to get the crowd's attention. It worked and they begin booing at him as Dominic Mysterio says John Cena is the best, the greatest of all time. But he just beat the greatest of all time. That makes Dominic Mysterio the greatest Mysterio of all time, the greatest luchador of all time, the king of all luchadors, and once again the greatest Intercontinental Championship of all time. So he's keep bragging about it. All right, Dominic Mysterio says he couldn't have done this without his boys JD, Madonna, and Finn Balor, and of course Roxanne Perez and Raquel Rodriguez. But the only person in particular he could have done it without. Welcome back, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan Music Kids. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Liv Morgan Music Kids 29's pop as she heads down to the ramp. With Dominic Mysterio offering her the microphone to speak, Liv Morgan says she's back, saying the fans didn't see her coming, and she knows someone else who didn't see her coming. Dominic Mysterio talks about getting back two of the most important things in his life, the Intercontinental Championship and his love, Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan addresses some of the things she heard about the Judgment Day while she was gone. That they were weak, that they lost some of their gold, but all of that changes now that she's back. Liv Morgan declares that the Judgment Day once again runs Monday Night Raw. Oh, and one more thing. She smacks Dominic in the face before jumping up for a kiss. Liv Morgan Liv Morgan Music hits as the Judgment Day seems to be on top of the world. Something is up. Roxanne Perez is jealous of Liv Morgan. But I can tell you right now that Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan needs their own stable. Just like Finn Balor, JD Madonna, Roxanne Perez, and Raquel Rodriguez need their own stable. But the only person that can get the Intercontinental Championship is Finn Balor. And that's nothing but facts. So, Dominic Mysterio might be, being kicked out the Judgment Day. But I know that Finn Balor wants his Intercontinental Champion. I know that Dominic Mysterio wants to go out to Dominic Mysterio for the Intercontinental Championship. And I'm here for it. Alright. Video package. More training for Maxine Dupree, who looks to prove herself even more now that she's the Women's Intercontinental Champion. Natalya showing a rare side of herself as she tells Maxine Dupree to get out of her ring. Only for Dupree to yell again. So we're gonna get a tease of Maxine Dupree's heel turn. Now that's a tease by itself. Alright. Backstage we see Adam Pearce talking to one of the referees as he addresses the mystery person from Survivor Series. He asks the referee to keep an ear to the ground and survey the locker room on the situation as we cut away. We already know that Austin Theory did it. So why would they investigate who's the mystery person who attacked CM Punk? It's Austin Theory, and that's all I gotta say. It is not Montez Ford, it is not Trick Williams, and it's not Jacob Fatu. It's not. So Jacob Fatu needs to focus on Cody Rhodes on the Undisputed WWE Championship. So that's all I gotta say, and that's nothing but facts. So like I said this earlier, if Austin Theory was the leader of the Vision, it is a perfect what's that word? perfect. Um, it is a perfect decision if Austin Theory to start a feud against CM Punk. I'm here for it. That's all I gotta say. Back at ringside, Dragon Lee and AJ Styles make their way out as they get ready to defend the World Tag Team Championships against the New Day up next. Commercial break. Back from ringside, New Day have arrived with Grayson Waller, as we get ring introductions for the challengers and the champions to get this match on the way. So we get the next match. So we get the WWE World Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defense against the New Day, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston. And this match right here, I ain't even gonna lie. This match right here, this was a solid tag team match. All right. The New Day blindside the champs before AJ Styles and Xavier will start the match in the ring, only for Kofi to get a quick tag as the challengers overteam AJ Styles for their fall. AJ Styles managed to break away long enough for a tag made to Dragon Lee, who takes Kofi Kingston off his feet with the head scissors that sends him out of the ring, and then sends Xavier was out with the same crashing the New Day into each other on the floor as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Back from commercial break, Dragon Lee looks like he's in trouble in the ring until he gets a tag to AJ Styles, who takes Xavier Woods to his limit for a 2 count, broken up by Kofi Kingston. Kofi with a tag as he goes to work on the champs, who turns things around with a calf crush until Xavier Woods comes in to break the hold. He sends Dragon Lee off the apron before being sent away by AJ Styles. Excuse me. Who gets a near fall on Kofi Kingston before tagging in a returning Dragon Lee. Double team leads to a near fall by the champs as Dragon Lee sets up to charge at Kofi Kingston in the corner. Kofi Kingston stops him in his tracks before tagging in Xavier Woods, who lands some hard strikes on Dragon Lee. The retaliation, Xavier Woods is sent to the corner, but he knocks off AJ Styles from the apron. As well, Kofi gets another tag, and Xavier Woods sends AJ Styles to the barricade as Kofi gets the drop on Dragon Lee for a near fall. AJ Styles sends Xavier Woods into the ring steps as Dragon Lee takes Kofi down for a tag to AJ Styles, who sets Kofi Kingston onto the ropes for a double stomp by Dragon Lee, who leaps out of the ring to keep Xavier Woods and Grayson Waller as AJ Styles lands the Styles Clash on Kofi Kingston for the win. The winner by pinfall and still your World Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. This was tag team match. This was a solid tag team match. All right. The champs celebrate as we cut away. Excuse me. Video package. Stephanie McCure retains the Women's World Champion at Survivor Series, overcoming the veteran Nikki Bella. So now I'm just gonna say that match between Nikki Bella and Stephanie McCure, that was just a decent match. It wasn't bad, but it was just decent. Backstage, we hear from Stephanie McCure, who says she's ready for whoever the next challenger will be. This leads to Liv Morgan stepping in and reminding the champ that she is back before congratulating Stephanie McCure on her victory before walking away. We could see Stephanie McCure versus Liv Morgan, but it is what it is. We return to ringside as the Vision make their way out. We hear from them, likely gloating over their win at Survivor Series when we come back from commercial break. Excuse me. We're back from commercial break. Paul Heyman introduced himself before giving a shout out to Brock Lesnar and Drew McIntyre for their assistance at Survivor Series. He gives a shout out to Bronson Reed, next followed by Logan Paul, who gets a wave of boos in his way. In particular, as Paul Heyman hypes him up as being a perfect fit for his vision for the future. He last shout out goes to the man. He says he will beat CM Punk and the anniversary of Raw's debut on Netflix and become the next World Heavyweight Champion, Braun Breaker. And that's all I gotta say. All right. CM Punk chant rings out as Braun Breaker takes the mic. Braun Breaker says he's upset not because of whoever got involved at Survivor Series nearly ruining his moment, but at how easy it was to pin CM Punk. He thought he thought he was gonna leave. He thought that he was gonna have to reach into his bag and get to another level and facing CM Punk, but he stood across the ring from him and saw that CM Punk is soft, among other things. I can't repeat here. Braun Breaker says CM Punk worries about so many things when he should be worried about the war at home and his wife being a bigger star than he is. This gets another CM Punk chant as Braun Breaker says he beat CM Punk on January 5th. He says CM Punk tried to break him on Saturday, and he's going to take everything from CM Punk. He addressed a remark CM Punk he made to him a while back about cutting a promo with the big dogs, saying consider this promo cut before calling him the real best in the world. He drops the mic before leaving, heading up the ramp as we cut away. Now, Braun Breaker cut an intensity good promo. So this is a W promo by Braun Breaker. That in promo itself was good and intensity at the same time. But Bronson Reed should have been the leader of the division instead of Seth Rollins, and that's facts. Alright. Backstage, Jey Uso has nothing to say about anything as he makes his way out of the arena. He says there's a lot of people in his head that needs to get out, adding that the only one he can blame is the man looking back at him in the mirror. He then brings up a comment Roman Reigns made that those titles looks better on his shoulders, not Jay's. Alright. So I believe that Roman Reigns is going to go after CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And they already teasing Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. Don't nobody want to see no Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes 3 times in a row. No, we're done with that. Give us something different. Give us Roman Reigns versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. And have Roman Reigns win the World Heavyweight Championship. And that's all I gotta say. That'll be a smart move. That's all I gotta say. Anyway, with that, he walks off as Raw moves on. We see Rhea Ripley and Io Sky getting ready elsewhere backstage before heading back to ringside for our next match as Gunther makes his entrance for the semifinals match and the last time is now tournament facing Solo Sikoa when we come back from break. So we go to commercial break. Alright. Video package. John Cena talks about another passage of time in his WWE career. We return to ringside for the arrival of Solo Sikoa, curiously sends his MFT as we get a look back at his win last week in the midst of Penta situation injury. Solo Sikoa enters the ring as we get this match on the way. Excuse me. So we get the last time is now tournament semifinals. Gunther versus Solo Sikoa. This was a very good match, and that's all I gotta say. The pair lock up with Solo forcing Gunther into the ropes before the referee intervenes. Gunther shows him away as we notice Tala Tonga watching on from ringside, and I stand corrected by MFT not being around. Gunther with a side headlock cinched in tight, but Solo gets to his feet, sending Gunther to the ropes. Gunther is phased by a shoulder tackle attempt, sending Solo away before they start trading strikes. Gunther to the ropes, and both men trade shoulder tackles attempt until Solo gets enough momentum to force the ring general down to the mat. Gunther returns the favor as he sends Solo Sikoa to the ropes, landing a big boot that faced Solo Sikoa to a rollout of the ring for a breather as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Excuse me. It says we return to see Solo back in control. A replay revealing that Tala tripped up Gunther trips up Gunther on the apron. But never mind that. As Gunther gets back to his feet and sends Solo Sikoa to the corner, Solo fights back for a scoop slam, sending Gunther down before taking a breather in the corner. Excuse me. He gets up to target the back of Gunther, who fights to his feet for some chops on Solo Sikoa. Both men fight for a body slam, and Solo Sikoa wins out for a 2 count. The fight makes its way to the corner as Solo knocks Gunther off the turnbuckle. Excuse me. Only for the former World Heavyweight Champion to intercept Solo once more for a superplex. Both men are worn down on the mat as Solo rolls away to avoid further damage. Gunther back to his feet, as is Solo Sikoa, as they charge towards each other for an exchange of strikes. Gunther lands a boot, only to take a thirst kick by Solo Sikoa. He sends Solo to the ropes, and Solo lands a shot to the throat of Gunther before both men fall to the canvas as we go to another commercial break. So we go to commercial break. Solo has made it to his feet as Gunther retreats to a corner where he takes a hip attack by the former United States champion. He looks for another one, but takes a clothesline by Gunther. But he counters a powerbomb by Gunther before another clothesline takes him down for a 2 count by the ring general. Gunther looks for a powerbomb, but Solo Sikoa fights out, looking for a Samoan drop instead, only for Gunther to break free, targeting Solo's thumb as the later lands a Samoan drop. Solo Sikoa press up his thumb for a Samoan spike, but that takes a massive set of chops by Gunther instead. He sends to the corner where Gunther continues until setting him up for a clothesline. This gets stopped for a spinner Solo before Solo Sikoa goes up top for a splash, but Gunther kicks out at 2. Solo Sikoa is slow to his feet, but looks for a Samoan spike once more, only for Gunther to catch him with a sleeper hold until a sleeper hold. Solo waves his arms around, looking to break free as he reaches the ropes, only for Solo to take him for a ride with a sleeper suplex, which sees the turnbuckle covered by peeling off in the process. The referee works to put the turnbuckle pad back on as Gunther gets attacked by Tala Tonga, who brings him to the outside. He tried to prop Gunther up for a small spike, but the referee catches him and remind him he could be disqualified. This allows Gunther to fight back, bringing Solo back in the ring. As the referee gets distracted dealing with Tala Tonga some more. And this allows Gunther to land a low blow and a powerbomb for the win. The winner by pinfall and advancing to the finals, Gunther. This was a good match between Gunther and Solo Sikoa. Alright. Gunther celebrates only for a moment as LA Knight heads to the ring for a stare down, stating that when their match is at SmackDown is over will be his music playing. He loves the ring, heading up the ramp as he promised he'll see Gunther on Friday, and then he'll see John Cena as we cut away. And I'm just gonna say this. John Cena better not lose to Gunther at Saturday Night's main event on December 13th. Remember how Goldberg lost to Gunther at Saturday Night's main event? It's going to be the same thing when John Cena loses to Gunther. And then John Cena. I remember when Goldberg cut a promo after he lost to Gunther. It's going to be the same way when John Cena loses to Gunther and he do his retirement speech. WWE is going to call up John Cena just like they did Goldberg. I can definitely see it coming. All right, video package. Becky Lynch helps hype WrestleMania 42. Backstage, Adam Pearce talks about his locker room spire only gets no further. Update on the mysterious person situation coming out of Survivor Series. This is get interrupted as Dragon Lee and AJ Styles reveal who they want to face next to defend their tag titles. The War Raiders elsewhere. Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair are getting ready for their match, and that main event is coming up next. But what did the War Raiders do to deserve the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions? And the War Raiders hadn't even earned it. They've been gone. So it doesn't make any sense. The random feud, bro, is getting worse. Right before all the way until the Royal Rumble. So next week's show is going to be even worse. Shout out to Showstopper TV for saying that in this live stream. So Showstopper TV, if you're watching this video, shout out to you for saying that. I guarantee you, next week on Monday Night Raw is going to get even worse. You got Rey Mysterio feuding against Logan Paul. Who asked for that? And then we got WWE is teasing Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes again. Don't nobody want to see that 3 times in a row. No, we want to see something different. Give us CM Punk versus Roman Reigns for the World Heavyweight Championship. Easy, simple booking. Alright, so we go to commercial break. Commentary hypes up and announced by the winner of the last time is now tournament on the next week's Raw, ahead of facing John Cena at Saturday night's main event, which will be Gunther. Because Gunther's going to run the entire tournament. We also see Dragon Lee and AJ Styles defending the World Tag Team Championship against the War Raiders, and Rey Mysterio faces Finn Balor. You know there's going to be some outside interference next week by the Judgment Day. So Finn Balor's going to go over Rey Mysterio. I can definitely see it. But Finn Balor needs to be turning on Dominic Mysterio so Finn Balor can go after the Intercontinental Championship. So Finn Balor needs his own faction just like Dominic Mysterio and Liv Morgan needs their own faction. And that is facts by itself. Backstage, Rey Mysterio talks about dealing with the Judgment Day and more opportunity his own son. He starts to consider chasing the Intercontinental Championship when he is interrupted by Logan Paul, who runs down the WWE Hall of Fame before Rey Mysterio shuts him up with a slap to the face. Security works on breaking up the phrases as Logan Paul shouts at Rey Mysterio on Raw moves on. Logan Paul was not worrying about the Intercontinental Championship earlier, so he didn't say nothing about that earlier. But now he wants to go out to the Intercontinental Championship to give it to the Vision. You know what I'm saying? Why would the Vision want the Intercontinental? Why would Logan Paul want the Intercontinental Championship? I don't know. But next week's Raw is going to be worse. Back at ringside, there has been enough talk. It's time for our main event. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss make their way out first. A decent pop for the former tag champs as they head to the ring. Out next is Io Sky, followed by Rhea Ripley. They get a really nice pop as they head to the ring. And this match gets underway. So we get the main event of the evening. So we get Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair. This was a fun main event until the Kabuki Warriors cost it. Fun match. This was a fun main event until the Kabuki Warriors ruined it. And this setting up for a gauntlet match. I guarantee you. Io Sky and Alexa Bliss start things off with Charlotte Flair getting the early tag to take Io Sky down. She sends Io Sky to the corner, knocking Rhea Ripley off the apron before sending Io Sky down hard on the mat as we go to commercial break. So we go to commercial break. We return to see Rhea Ripley hashtag in, but this point's taking control of the match as she goes after Alexa Bliss. Charlotte Flair tries to intervene but gets sent to the floor before Rhea Ripley tags in Io Sky, who drops Alexa Bliss for a 2 count. Alexa Bliss retreats to the corner as Io Sky looks for a Meteora, but Alexa Bliss dodges to fight back until Io Sky sends her face first into the mat. Io Sky crawls to her corner for a tag to Rhea Ripley as we see Charlotte Flair get a tag as well. The two stare each other down as they enter the ring, with Charlotte Flair missing a boot as Rhea Ripley regains control, sending Charlotte Flair reeling with a headbutt. But Charlotte Flair fights back to send Rhea Ripley to the floor. She goes after Rhea Ripley, who catches her with a kick, sending Charlotte Flair down as we go to another commercial break. So we go to a commercial break. Bad phone, bad phone, yeah, bad phone commercial break. Rhea Ripley sets Charlotte Flair up for a Racer's Edge. Io Sky goes for a flying for a missile dropkick, but Rhea Ripley calls for a 2 count. Charlotte Flair fights back for a tag to Alexa Bliss, who lands a DDT for a cover and a near fall. She and Charlotte Flair trade tags some more as they set Io Sky up for a twisted Bliss. But it's only good for a 2 count. Even a Sister Abigail can't put Io Sky away, and she sends Charlotte Flair to the outside as Rhea Ripley fights out with Alexa Bliss in the midst of the chaos. She lands a riptide, allowing Io Sky to go after Alexa Bliss. She goes for a Sister Abigail, but Io Sky counters it. Suddenly, the Kabuki Warriors comes running down to the ring, beating up on both women as the referee calls for the bell. The winner as a result, match ends in a no contest. So the match itself was fun, but it ends with no contest. The tag champs, continue to beat down until Bayley and Lyra Kira come down for the save, which leads to the arrival of Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez and Liv Morgan. The fight heads back into the ring as Raquel Rodriguez and Roxanne Perez get in, where Liv Morgan presents them the tag titles and holds their hands up high to bring Raw to a close. Alright, let me read the quick results. Last time it's now determined LA Knight defeated Jey Uso, which Jey Uso crashed out, which is I like. WWE World Tag Team Champions AJ Styles and Dragon Lee defeated The New Day, Xavier Woods, and Kofi Kingston. Last time is now semifinals. Gunther defeated Soul Zakor in a good match. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Alexa Bliss and Charlotte Flair ends in a no contest. So that match was fun until the Kabuki Warriors won it. But I guarantee you, they're setting this match up in a gauntlet match. I guarantee you. But Braun Breaker put on a good intensity promo. You can tell by Braun Breaker cut a really good intensity promo. But like I said, Bronson Reed should have been the leader of the division instead of Seth Rollins. And like I said it yesterday in my WWE War Games review on highlights, Austin Theory attacks CM Punk. Like I said, Austin Theory is going now. When the truth be revealed, it's going to be Austin Theory that attacks CM Punk, because you know why? Austin Theory. What if Austin Theory beats the leader of the division? This would be a perfect. What's that word? Perfect. This is gonna be a perfect decision to set a feud up between Austin Theory and CM Punk. Sign me up to see that feud between Austin Theory and CM Punk. And no, it's not Montez Ford, and no, it's not Trick Williams, and no, it's not Jacob Fatu. Why would Montez Ford, Trick Williams, and Jacob Fatu attack CM Punk? That doesn't make sense. The only thing that makes sense is Austin Theory attack CM Punk at War Games. So what's the point about investigating everything, knowing that it's Austin Theory? Some people say it could be Jake Paul. In my own decision, I got to stick with Austin Theory. Because when you ever see Seth Rollins move like that, you don't never see Seth Rollins move like that. Except when he hit a curve stomp, and that's it. But I know for a fact that it's Austin Theory. You know I'm not lying. So I'm going to stick the mystery person who attacks CM Punk is Austin Theory. It is not Montez Ford, it is not Jacob Fatu, and it's not Trick Williams. So that's out the gate. So Montez Ford deserves way better. The only thing that Jacob Fatu needs to focus on is Cody Rhodes and the undisputed WWE champion. And that's nothing but facts. Now, like I said earlier, remember when Goldberg lost to John Cena at Saturday Night's main event? It can be the exact same result when John Cena loses to Gunther and having John Cena cut his final promo on Saturday Night's main event, and WWE is going to cut John Cena off just like they did Goldberg. When Goldberg did his final speech when he lost to Gunther, they cut Goldberg off. And that's the only thing, and that's nothing but facts by itself. But anyway, WWE Raw was a bad show, and I give that show a 2.5 out of 10. This was bad, man. And this was trash. And that's all I got to say from here. Now, next week's Monday Night Raw is going to be even worse until all the way to the Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble books itself nothing but random feuds. And that's all I gotta say. But anyway, if you guys enjoyed my WWE Raw review on highlights, make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all the way towards the end. Hit that like button, subscribe to my channel for more wrestling content I do on the channel, and go check out my WWE War Games review on highlights. And I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. And I will go live on Twitch with some WWE NXT watch on lives and reaction. But I got a huge announcement. I know that my birthday is in December 28th, which is Sunday, and I will go live on my birthday on Twitch. And I'm gonna do nothing but play some retro games, and that's all I gotta say for my birthday. So make sure you guys come pull up, get the sales, drop followers, and drop some bits. And I need everybody to show up to my live stream, cause I remember when Showtime TV had his birthday live stream on Twitch. Everybody showed up. Can you guys do the same thing for me when my birthday comes in December 28th on Sunday? Show up to my live stream, drop some biddies, get the subs, and drop some followers, and drop some bits, man. We all finna have a good time. I'm gonna play some retro game. I'm gonna play some Mortal Kombat Legacy. I'm gonna play some Mortal Kombat Legacy too. So that's all I gotta say live on Twitch. So make sure you guys come to my live stream on my birthday on December 28th, Sunday. I'm about to play some retro games. We about to have some fun. We finna vibe out on my birthday. I want you guys to drop some followers, get the subs, and some bits. And that's all I gotta say from here. But anyway, I want you guys to have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And I will see you guys live tomorrow on Twitch for some WWE NXT Watch Along live reactions. So stay tuned. So be there or be square. And I also will see you guys tonight on my upcoming world premiere for my WWE Raw review on highlights. So make sure you guys come to my world premiere, be in the chat, be respectful, and that's all I gotta say. And say hello to everybody that comes to my world premiere in my chat. So have a great night. Stay safe and always stay positive. Kept your crew, kept your kings, kept your club. Too sweet. I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang. And thank you guys so much for tuning in to my WWE Raw review on highlights. Make sure you guys please watch the video from all the way from the beginning all towards the end. Give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment on below what you guys think I'm on in that Raw. Share this video with your friends and family. This is going to help with the watch time hours. And that's all I gotta say. So stay too sweet, and I'm out of here. Gang. Mwah. Bang. Too sweet. Gang.